Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
that those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, a master of the core. It is.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
That's right, kids. It's episode 176, or the Green Lantern Part 1, or Thank God It's Not Brightest Day Part 1. Every episode going forward. All right. Yes. So, yes, yeah, we got 5 all Lantern books again. So, yes, it's going to be pretty much dealing with all Lanterns here for a while. Thank goodness. So yes, part 1 will be Green Lantern Emerald Warrior 7 and 8, Green Lantern 63 and 64, and Green Lantern 4 58. Not necessarily in that order.
And before we get started on them, just let me say, man, I forgot that Krona goes hard, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Well, if you're going to give the universe the finger, I mean, all the fingers, I mean, yeah, you better bring it.
Yeah, I mean, he reprogrammed the Manhunters. You know, I'd forgotten that.
Oh,
You know,
yes,
he's the
there
reason
was
behind-
no glitch. He was the glitch in the Manhunters. Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers, but we'll talk about that more
Yeah.
in a minute, I guess.
I'm trying to remember if we had any Green Lantern news. Did I see something? Were they like kind of sort of not an update, but I'm trying to remember what it was, but it is basically something along the lines of, oh, hey, that Lantern show is still alive. Who knows when it's going to happen and what it's going to be.
I think they were casting, and it looks like they're going to cast Hal as a little bit older with a younger John Stewart, I think. But
Yeah.
I don't know. That could have just been, rumors.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but.
Well, I mean, when you get right down to it, if you go all the way back to Green Lantern, what was it, 84? Maybe? I can't remember. First appearance of John Stewart, 83?
Something like that.
Hal was pretty much already kind of a veteran Green Lantern at that point, you know?
Yes.
So, I know in the comics, and John was this younger kind of hothead, right?
Yes.
So
Young
comics, yeah, the comics have kind of made them all
contemporaries, yeah.
kind of the same age, with Kyle maybe being the youngest, at
Yes.
least.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm still hopeful that it's going to be good. I mean, unless they do something like the latest animated thing, or the movie, yeah, that too.
Oh, that animated, yeah, I forgot Beware My Power.
Yeah, that was just,
Ugh.
that was painful. That was painful, man. I mean, especially because, and it's sad because I really like John Stewart, but they gave John Stewart Kyle's origin, and then they made Hal Parallax and killed him. I'm like, okay, wow, I didn't like any of those things.
No. Again, there's a lot of those animated things. That's why I don't like them, is because they kind of just try to hit the big storylines, and they kind of try to rush everything, and they'll fit like months or years of trying to fit continuity into like a less than 2-hour movie.
Well, yeah, they were doing Ranthanagar War, Emerald Twilight,
the origin of John Stewart.
The origin of John Stewart. I mean, they're just like, let's just cram all this stuff in there, and it was a shame because it could have been really good, but it unfortunately was less than I was hoping for.
Well, that's like me and Tyler were talking last night on Electric Mullet. And I mean, this has come up before, but again, it's like it applies to Green Lantern as much as Superman. It's like for like all these like animated stuff, like they always try to hit like the big storylines. I swear they've done Death of Superman at least twice already, and it's just like there's so many like like storylines that people who aren't like hardcore into comics don't know about. You can introduce like so many new characters and storylines to people that they don't even know about.
Yep, absolutely. And then, yeah, look at the Green Lantern animated series. I mean, is the best adaptation of Green Lantern, bar none, ever. I hope it's not forever, but
Yeah.
for now, it's the best. And it wasn't perfect, by any means. They were slowly doing some other things. They brought in the Anti-Monitor, and they were going to, in a season 2, do Blackest Night. At least I think that we were being teased with that, because there was the Book of the Black in one of the Guardians quarters or something. So
Mm.
I don't know. I'm still hopeful about the live action, because gosh darn it, it's about time we get a good live action Green Lantern.
Yeah. When we needed a Green Lantern animated series? Like back in the 90s, like in the Timverse, with like the Batman the animated
Yep.
series, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, that era. We needed a Green Lantern show in that, or Green Lantern Corps show in that era.
Yeah, and we got a Kyle in the Superman animated series, right? Which was
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then of course John Stewart was in the Justice League stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And we got Daffy Duck as Green Lantern for a while.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Duck Dodgers.
Nice. All right, so should we get to these issues? What are we beating around the bush for? These aren't brightest day issues.
You got it. Absolutely.
That's me an ongoing thing, kids.
Yep. We're retiring the Guy Gardner.
On a scale from brightest day to 10, what is this?
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, like I said, this first one I don't have a synopsis for. The rest I should. So,
Well, yeah, and this one's really kind of an immediate continuation of what we saw in number 6, with being a big fight scene with Sodom Yat
yeah,
and the big bad and telepaths and Guy being a stubborn ass.
We've been hanging on this one for a while. This was like early brightest day, wasn't it?
I think it was.
It was early in the 12-week journey. Yeah. All right. Here, I'll do the credits. Then we'll kind of walk through this. All right. Green Lantern Emerald Warriors number 7 from April 2011. Last Will, Seeing Red. Writer Peter Tomasi, penciler Fernando Passarin, inker Cam Smith, colorist Randy Mayer, letterer Steve Wands, and editor Adam Schlauman. All right. So yeah, like you said, yeah, this one picks right up where we left off after 6, like what, a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has definitely been a while.
So I remember, I cracked. It's like, yeah, where were we? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Guy was being stubborn.
Yeah.
That never happens, right?
So yes, he's fighting a possessed sodomyat, and
Now there was a weird scene in this where Guy had this little slug or something crawling out of his nose finally.
Yeah.
'Cause that was what was keeping him, because it was a little unclear in the storytelling there,
Yeah. Was that part of the brainwashing? Because again, on the main cover, I mean, Guy and Aricia have stuff with snakes and bugs crawling all over them.
Mhm. I think it was, but it was kind of weird.
Is it just me, or does this villain who's doing all the mind controlling, I forget his name, Almost seems like an alien, almost like they are painting him as almost like a alien witch doctor or voodoo
Kinda.
priest
Yeah.
or
I
something.
can see that. I can definitely see that.
Oh, Zardor, yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. But yeah, but guys like, oh no, you're trying to control me. So what can I do? Suck face with a red lantern, and yeah,
Yeah.
kind of reignite that
The infection.
mhm. So yeah, but then yeah, Zardor has all these telepaths in prison. So guys like, if he needs all their power, so he starts cutting them out of there. Mm.
And then Arisia Kilowog show up.
Yep. Mm. Harissa, you came back. Of course we came back, guy. We never should have left. Mm.
And Arisia is, concerned because now, hey, Sodom Yat is not dead.
But he's still under control because yes, first he asked Kilowog to kill him, and he's like, "No, I'm not. I trained you. I'm not killing you." That's why he lets loose that heat vision. But then Zordor takes off with Sodom Yat.
Yep. And Guy's gonna go for the kill shot, but
Yep. Arista stops him.
she's like, nope, none of that, buddy. None of that.
Mm. So yeah, the guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I didn't want a gun for a fellow lantern, but I'm not going to apologize for getting preemptive. I hate what I was going to do, but it was justified." And yeah, he's telling Arisia millions of innocents are at risk now, and Arisia's like, "I'm still going to try to save them." And Guy, I know, and I got one more thing to say to both of you. Kilowog, what's that? Thanks for saving my ass.
Yep, that's Guy Gardner. That's the guy we know and love.
All right, so yeah, so this one was kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of, it says it's prologue the War of the Green Lanterns, but it's basically, hey, let's tie this first arc up real quick before we get the War of Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I mean, this guy was helping Krona siphon power, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah something. So yeah, I mean, to build up to this and then finish it basically in this issue so that we can then start War of the Green Lanterns. Pacing felt a little bit off. I feel like they could have started this sooner,
yeah,
so that we had more time with, because this was over pretty quickly. I mean, this was
yeah.
pretty much a fight issue, right?
Mhm. Oh yeah, and again, basically, yeah, let's tie stuff up, but at least enough for now.
Hmm.
But yeah,
But
like
yeah, I mean, it's
yeah,
still a good issue. I mean,
oh yeah. But of course, yeah, the first 5 or 6 were, had brightest day on the top of it. So of course they
yeah.
were, it's like, oh, this stuff's tangentially happening.
There's a white net somewhere. Sorry.
Oh, hmm. And I don't know. This one didn't even seem that connected. Not that the white net was that connected, but I mean the Emerald Wars thing stuff really didn't seem
Connected at all. It really
well, except
didn't.
for a guy, making a secret deal with
Mhm.
Ganthet and Atrocitus. That's it. But I mean, you could have didn't have to lump that in the brightest day, except oh hey, someone's hunting the entities.
So I have a stupid question.
This is the place
'Cause
for
I just thought of it. Krona's hunting the entities,
hmm
but surely he knows about the life entity in the earth, right? You would think.
You would think, and don't call me Shirley.
Okay. It just seems like that is, hey, there's this thing, the life entity of the universe, and it's in Earth, and you guys know about it now, and we're all gonna immediately freaking gonna forget about it because it's New 52. Anyway.
And again, it's been so long since I read these. I can't remember if I read them since they first came out. But I wonder if it's addressed later on. Like, Krona's like, oh, that's too the White Lantern is too powerful to take down first. I need the power of all the rest of them. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll have to keep reading. Darn it.
That's right. Like we weren't going to anyway.
Exactly.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, I thought this was a pretty good continuation of the story. It felt like it ended a little too quickly, especially with Sodom and what's his name getting away so easily. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the pacing of like the first 6. This one did seem kind of quick.
Kind of rushed. Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right, you ready to get to the next one?
That's a little title that I kind of like. Yeah. What is it? I don't know. Maybe Green Lantern?
Yes. Yes. The other prologue issue. Yes. Green Lantern 63 from April 2011. War of the Green Lanterns prologue. Oh, that's a catchy title. All right. Writer Jeff Johns. Pencilers Ed Bennis and Adrian Safe. Inkers Ed Bennis, Rob Hunter, and Vincent Cifuentes. Colors Randy Mayer, letters Steve Wands, and editors Adam Schlom and Eddie Berganza and Brian Cunningham. Okay, we're doing a little bit of flashback here. 1 billion years ago, Ganthet and the Guardians stopped Krona from witnessing the birth of the universe. In the present, the Guardians conclude that law and emotion cannot coexist without conflict. Like Sinestro, Atrocitus, and Larfleeze, Hal Jordan's behavior is beginning to disturb the Guardians. Every couple years.
Yeah, like clockwork.
Exactly.
Is the battery going to get exploded in a second?
Oh. Meanwhile, Hal and the other ring bearers realize that the Predator is the only entity not captured by Krona. Suddenly, Carol Ferris is thrown by an energy blast into Hal's arms. Carol tells him that the Predator has been captured. Sinestro also appears upset by the recent events. The Guardians order Salak to lead a squad of Lanterns to arrest Hal for treason. The Guardians say that they will not tolerate any insubordination from any Lantern, except for Hal. Hal and the others reach Ryut, where Krona is supposed to be located. There, the new Guardians find the Book of the Black. The Book of the Black opens and reveals its 4th chapter, The History of Krona. According to verse 6, the Manhunters pursued Krona, who used his power gauntlet to deactivate them. Then he reprogrammed them and made them attack Ryut. The Guardians captured Krona and confiscated his power gauntlet. As verse 6 ends, the Book of the Black releases the new Guardians from their chains. A new verse begins. There will be only 3. Thoughts?
I thought it was a pretty good setup issue. The Book of the Black stuff was interesting because we got a preview of that at the end of, I think, the last issue, right? With Krona, I'm going to reprogram the Manhunters. Yeah. And his gauntlet will be making an appearance again in the New 52 because Hal takes the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
During the Renegade arc, I believe. So that's coming up late in New 52.
Yeah. And is that the same gauntlet or is that a different one? No, it might be a different one there.
Maybe a different, yeah.
No, Teen Lantern was
Yeah, now I think the one that Teen Lantern was wearing in, what was it, Volume 5, they said was not Owen technology.
Yeah, because I think the Guardians wanted to examine it or something because they didn't know where it came from or something. Yeah. But yeah, gauntlets are going to be set up here for a while.
Yeah, and maybe that mystery will be solved, in the next decade. I guess we'll see.
Oh, I didn't notice this. On the page with all the pillars of lantern symbols around the Book of the Black, the blue lantern symbol was drawn upside down. Intentional?
I don't know. Interesting. I did not notice that.
Why don't they just put a line through it? No hope.
Yeah, no hope.
So
But yeah, I thought this was good
yeah.
with Sinestro and Hal, and Sinestro is extraordinarily capable. He's the one that figures out how to get Hal out
Mm,
at the end. Oh, wait, that's next issue. Sorry, I'm an issue ahead. So
I mean, I don't think we're fully exploring this yet, but how do you feel about like kind of like the retcon where it's like, or the original Krona story, basically what his interruption basically creates the multiverse and stuff, but now we're adding the emotional spectrum into this too.
well, well, I mean, okay, the original story, he introduced evil into the universe.
Yes.
Okay, then that gets retconned during, He Who Shall Not Be Named run
Mm,
as introducing entropy, right?
yes.
And then
Well, I was gonna say during Crisis, wasn't it? Oh, it was
in
him.
Crisis, it was the multiverse. Yeah, so it's
Yes.
been like retconned a couple of times now. That's right. Now, I I do I do find it interesting that, and I like the tying of the Manhunters massacre of Sector 666 to Krona. I think that's a really cool addition to Krona, right?
Mm,
It goes to show that he is the ends always justify the means kind of guy, right?
yeah.
And you know, I believe in the issue where the Guardians are saying, we've got to worry about Hal Jordan, because they talked about Krona, the First Lantern, and Hal, right?
Mm.
Those are the three that they mentioned. So the uh, the Guardians seem to be getting even crazier as we go on.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get crazy. I think even in the New 52, they're gonna start getting crazy.
Yeah, the Third Army, yeah, it's gonna get nuts. And then we get new Guardians, but different, not new Guardians, but new Guardian,
Old
whatever.
Blue Guardians,
Yeah,
who've been locked up for a billion years. It's like, well, what are you doing during uh, Emerald
played lots of
Twilight?
solitaire.
Yeah.
Played lots of solitaire.
Oh, that's something we should say too. Programming note. Yeah, we've added some stuff to the schedule, like the first arc of New 52 Justice League, and then
Hmm.
we're gonna kind of talk about towards like the middle and end of the Justice League run because that's where Jessica makes her first appearances and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
And since Simon shows up really in the main GL title, in New 52,
Mm,
we'll be talking about his first appearances and everything. So
definitely.
yeah, I think it's important to talk about Jessica too,
Yeah.
because she is an important character.
Yeah.
Um, you know, as we probably finish off the Green Lantern by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp, we should probably throw in Far Sector.
Oh yeah, definitely. I plan on throwing that. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do Far Sector.
And then that would round out. I think we've probably talked about all of the first appearances then of all of the major Earth Green Lantern, or all of the Earth Green Lanterns, right?
I think so.
We did Showcase, we did Guy's first issue,
Yeah,
and
we
then we
did.
did,
Didn't we do that one episode where we covered a bunch of like?
yeah, I
It
think we
wasn't
did John's
them all,
first
yeah.
issue too. Yeah,
We did John's, and then we Kilowog, Katma, yeah.
yeah.
So it's not even just all the Earth ones. And then yeah, like towards the end of that Justice League run in New 52, it's like the Dark Side War. I think
I've never read that, but
I'm trying to remember if Simon's in it, but I know Hal. I'm pretty sure Hal and Jessica are both in there. So yeah, we definitely
cool,
did that.
good stuff to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. All right, so anything else on these? Oh, did you? I like the variant cover on that.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Not like some maniacs just like flashing their rings.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that, man.
Some son of a bitch.
That's right.
It's the password.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah. So, any other thoughts on the prologue, or should we get to the main event here?
Let's hit the main event.
Which is funny because then, yes, I'm just going to go to the next issue of Green Lantern.
Yeah.
All right. So, Green Lantern, Volume 4, number 64 from May 2011. Yeah, New 52 is coming here quick. War of the Green Lanterns, Part 1. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Doug Mank, inkers Christian Alamy, Keith Champagne, Mark Irwin, and Tom Guyan. So 4 inkers.
Wow.
Probably just for that cover.
Maybe.
A lot of people that cover. Randy Mayer, colorist, letterer Steve Wands, and editors Adam Shalom and Eddie Berganza and Brian Cunningham. All right. The new Guardians managed to recover from the book's chains and think about what the book said. Saint Walker and Larfleeze realized that Krona was the one who made the Manhunters rebel against the Guardians, not a programming failure. Atrocitus also reveals that he always knew that Krona was the one responsible for the destruction of his sector, and that is why he agreed to join the new Guardians. Carol asks, why did Krona leave the book on Ryut? Larfleeze recovers his lantern, but the book's chains trap him, sealing him in its pages. Suddenly, Lycia Drac appears and attacks the new Guardians with the book's chains. Meanwhile, Krona uses the entities to attack Oa. He forces the Guardians to become the new hosts for the Butcher, Ophidian, Ion, Adara, Proselyte, and the Predator. Hal and Sinestro join their rings and unleash a blast that frees Hal from the chains. However, the other new Guardians are trapped within the book. Hal recovers their rings, but he is suddenly ambushed by Salak and his strike team. Hal tries to reason with them, and the strike team accept to hear his story. Suddenly, Krona orders Parallax to enter the central battery on Oa, which restores the yellow impurity. Salak and the strike team are suddenly corrupted by the impurity and attack Hal. However, Hal escapes and tries to communicate with other Lanterns who are not affected by the impurity. So now the whole Corps gets to feel the love from Parallax.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wasn't he just messing with Barry Allen like 2 months ago or something?
Well, and then I mean, I thought this was really good because we didn't get the we are not going to listen to you. We're going to listen to you. Oh, Parallax, die. It was a we're reasonable people. We're gonna listen to see what you have to say. Except now we're not. We're now ruled by a yellow fear bug. So
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing you have to give him. I mean, Salak is very reasonable. You have to hand it to him.
yeah. And I like how he was questioning the Guardians a lot. In is it this issue or the previous issue?
Might have been the previous.
I think it may have been the previous issue. And they're like, just shut up and do it. Stop questioning us.
Well, I mean, I guess at this point, it's just like, well, how many times have you let this organization crumble? And it's like, it's always an Earthman who helps put it back together.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Exactly. But yeah, I thought this was a really well done issue. Now, I'm trying to remember. Hal just runs at some point. He's being attacked, and then he just gets out of there, right? And they don't necessarily follow. They just head back to Oa, don't they?
I think so. Yeah, because I think in all the rest of these issues, yeah, once they get possessed, like the rings basically drive them all to Oa. Yeah.
Yeah, this was. I think this is a really good start.
Yeah, I mean, especially again, I'm just like Parallax again, but yeah, no, I mean, we're kind of back on track here after Brightest Day.
Yeah, well, and things seem to be moving at a much more normal pace.
Yeah, because we're kind of back in the bubble of the Lantern books, and we're not having to worry about Brightest Day and how.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and this one's moving fast. I mean, we've got, the Guardian. Like I said, Krona goes hard, man. He goes real hard. He's taking over all the Guardians. I did like a little scene here where he calls one of the Guardians by name,
Yes.
and the Guardian doesn't even remember. Was it he, or I don't even, his or her own name?
Herupa. Yeah. Herupa. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought that was an interesting little detail to add. And you know, I think Krona has a line, where it may have been in the New Guardians arc. He goes, "Well, who do you think captured them all in the first place?"
Mm.
Right? So he knows things about all of the entities that the Guardians don't know, and certainly our New Guardians don't know.
Well, yeah, once again, it's like Krona's put in the time and the research and the manpower into the emotions. The rest of the Guardians, once again, don't learn their lesson and just like, oh yeah, the emotions aren't important.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. You think of a theme kept coming up after a billion years, maybe you'd maybe look into it.
Yeah, I maybe.
I would say probably, if not all, the majority of your core have emotions, embrace emotions.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, but I love that scene. Yeah, when they're all getting like dragged into the book, and Sinestro's just like tells Hal, "Put your ring against mine and just fire with
Fire.
everything you have." And Hal's like, "What?" He's like, "Shut up! We don't have time. Just do it."
Yeah, Sinestro, it's one of the things that I really, really like about, Sinestro under Johns. It's just
Mhm.
he is extraordinarily capable and extraordinarily ruthless. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
he is.
ruthless, and you could see how he became a Green Lantern all those years ago. It's like he basically has no fear, or at least he worked through it. He's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's now I think he is by far the most fleshed out of all of the rest of the New Guardians, right?
"Oh yeah, of
The
course."
other, and I would say this is ignoring, you know, forget pre-rebirth Sinestro, because he was, blah ha ha, mustache twirling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since then, he's a complex character. We understand why he does what he does.
Oh yeah. And again, it's like if in the Johns run more than any other run, I'd say Sinestro is such like the flip side of Hal Jordan. It's
Mhm.
just because it's like look at them. They're both, they didn't follow Guardians orders, and
Yep.
they've both been renegades at certain points.
Oh yeah. Now, I was wondering, 'cause Hal fought Krona early on
It was like
in,
340 or something.
yeah, it was early. Yeah, I think it was with the Golden Age Green Lantern, I think. So I'm just trying to think. Had was it Krona appeared there and then did not appear again until Crisis?
I can't. Hold on, let me see. I might be able to bring up a list of his appearances. I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't. I'm if even if before that, I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he appeared a lot before that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Let me see what I can find too.
Mm, Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, sometimes there's certain websites you can. Okay, there's more than that. I asked for a reading order of Crota, and all it gave me was the 4 issues of JLA Avengers.
Well, yeah, I forgot about that. So yes, he did first appear in Green Lantern Volume 2, number 40.
Mhm.
And well, it has his what happened.
Oh, here
It
we go.
has another appearance there of him.
Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yeah,
Yeah.
40. Oh, Tales of the Green Lantern Corps #1, May 1981. I wonder if those are flashbacks. Oh, 1, 2, and 3.
I bet you they are.
And of course, remember Ganthet's Tale, which we covered.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then those are it. Looks like until Volume 3, number 32.
Yep, the third law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there are a couple issues there in a row in Volume 3, an issue with Dark Stars, and then JLA Avengers.
And then, of course, Brightest Day
Oh,
and War of the Green Lanterns.
the Trinity series.
Oh, that was, yeah, because there was an egg left over, a cosmic egg left over after JLA Avengers, right? And I think that was, they actually incorporated that because I think Busiek was writing JLA at the time.
Yeah, they did. He did do some stuff with that, but yeah, the Trinity series. Yeah, UCF wrote that too. So,
Hmm.
yep.
So yeah, he's kind of a historically, historic big bad for DC, and he's definitely
Yeah,
going. He's definitely going the full villain here, right?
yeah, and I kind of knew it, but yeah, it really hit me tonight where it's like, yeah, Krona's almost like the murderer of Bruce Wayne's parents because it's like it seems like every time there's a crisis, it changes his origin, and in this case, it changes his story. Oh, what was he doing a billion years ago? Oh, well, he was introducing evil to the universe. No, he was creating the multiverse
Multiverse,
accidentally. No, he was messing with those
introducing
emotions.
entropy.
Yeah,
Now he's
entropy.
introducing the emotions. Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like every crisis it changes.
Well, I think part of that is because those early Green Lantern stories, it's easy to mess with them because they're not necessarily, you know, they're not the canon. They're not like a Batman story or a Superman story, right?
Batman, my
Yeah.
favorite character.
But the popularity of Green Lantern since Rebirth,
Mm-hmm.
I think is cemented, at least for, maybe another decade or two. I guess we'll see, that this is what Green Lantern should kind of be like. Now, we may get we may get an expanded take from Jeremy Adams, and I really feel like he's going to add on to the mythos because that's typically what he does. If you look at the Flash, so I think we're going to get some cool additions to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think John's really kind of solidified a lot of Green Lantern mythology and everything with the emotional spectrum and Krona and the Manhunters and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah. And again, too, I think Krona is probably another victim of crisis, like Superboy. So it's basically
Mhm.
oh, he created the multiverse. All of a sudden, oh, there is no multiverse. Oh, okay, well, he's
Yeah.
entropy.
Yeah. Oh wait, now there's a Are we back to having a multiverse again?
But at this point, yeah. After Infinite Crisis, yeah, they brought back the multiverse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
2006, 2007, yeah, it's back.
Yeah. Okay.
They tried for a while. Who remembers
Yeah.
Who remembers Hyper Time?
Well, from Green Lantern Volume 5. Which still is confusing and doesn't make a lot of sense because is this the Hypertime John or are they both Hypertime Johns? Which one is which? And are they all supremely powerful?
And I don't know why Hyper Time's still around because they introduced that in like 1999 or so when it's like
Yeah.
we don't have a multiverse, but we have a Hyper Time. It's like, so what's the difference?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. We ready to get to part 2?
You bet.
All
Green
right.
Lantern Corps. Now this one, Ganthet is hardcore, man.
Oh yeah. All right. Green Lantern Corps number 58 from May 2011. War of the Green Lanterns Part 2. Writer Tony Bedard. Penciler Tyler Kirkham. Inkers Matt Banning and Rob Hunter. Colorist Nye Ruffino. letterer Steve Wands, and editors Adam Schlauman, Brian Cunningham, Eddie Berganza, and Darren Shawn. So there's now there's 4 editors.
Got to keep this straight, man.
I guess. All right. John, Kyle, Ganthit, Hanu, Soranik, and Boudica set out to stop Krona. They find the bodies of several Green Lanterns floating in space. Suddenly, Boudica's body shuts down at the same time the others are hit by the yellow impurity. Hanu and Sornik fly to Oa, and Cal tries to stop them. However, John stops him as he believes that it might be a trap. However, Cal is corrupted by the yellow impurity and attacks John, who is also corrupted. As the two fight, Ganthit is partially corrupted, but manages to regain control. He realizes that their rings are corrupted. He manages to take off their rings. However, as Ganthit tries to remove his ring, the energy released destroys his hand. As John and Kyle regain control, John bandages Ganthit's hand, or what's left of it. Suddenly, they see a group of lanterns coming to attack them. Ganthit tells John and Kyle to leave while he holds them off. All right.
This has some cool stuff. I mean, all of the Alpha Lanterns shutting down.
Oh, yeah.
So that's interesting. And then just, Ganthit throwing enough will at a ring to explode it. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, the Guardians created the rings and stuff, so.
Yeah. And even though he made his own, it's still
Mhm.
connected to the central power battery.
Yep.
Of course, it kind of makes you wonder why he needed a ring, in the first place. He's a freaking Guardian.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe it's just, I don't know, not as taxing. It's like,
Mhm.
why do characters that fly still, sit in planes sometimes?
Yeah. For the story. So,
Exactly.
but, it wasn't interesting. He was like, hey, they're going to find me because I have, I've got, the green power of will inside me. They're going to be able to track me. You guys run off. And I thought that was, he basically just like, yeah, you guys fix this. I'm going to. And then Kilowog. Kilowog. Well, wait. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We'll get to that next issue. Sorry, in Emerald Warriors. It's hard to remember where everybody is.
Yeah, especially when you read these all at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back, yeah. But yeah, just the fight between John and Kyle, and like I said, Ganthit trying to get their rings off. And his hand just blows up.
Yep. That was, like I said, he's pretty hardcore, man.
Basically tells them to run off because basically I believe all the Green Lanterns are headed for Oa. So,
And they land on Oa, right?
well, yeah. Oh, John,
Yeah.
Kyle, Ganthit, yeah, because he tells them to run and hide, and yeah, because that's where they're kind of bandaging up Ganthit's hand. Yeah. So, question: if they're not wearing their rings well, I guess their costumes are slowly fading because I was like, why does Kyle still have his mask on?
Yeah, because they get at the end there, they're in just regular street clothes, right?
Well, it's kind of weird because it looks like their costumes are slowly fading away. Yeah, like it's not like instantaneous.
You would think as soon as the ring was off, it would be instantaneous, but
You'd think it's been that way before, but. And again, I don't know if they start to piece it together here, Kyle and John, where it's just like, oh yeah, we can kind of shrug off Parallax's influence, easier than everyone else because we've already been infected by Parallax. So.
Yeah, that was, and then in Emerald Warriors, Guy and Hal come up with the same, logic.
So yes, kids, that's why they can kind of shake it off more.
And they even mention, I think they even mentioned, hey, that means Ganthit, me, you, Hal, and Kilowog, right?
Yep. All right. So yeah, anything, or should we cover the last one and then?
We can talk about the whole week, I guess.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh yeah, back to Emerald Warriors. All right. All right. Green Lantern Emerald Warriors number 8. Oh yeah, look at that cover. Guy Gardner choking the life out of Hal Jordan. All right.
Who doesn't love that?
Exactly. May 2011, War of the Green Lanterns, Part 3. Writer Peter Tomasi again. Yeah, penciler Fernando Passarin, Cam Smith inker, colors Gabe Edelab, inker Steve Wands, and editor Adam Schlauman. Only one editor. What the heck?
I do have one thing about. I feel like the art is like a step up on Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. It's not, and the art on Emerald Warriors isn't bad. It's just not as good as the main two titles. I mean, do you see that, or is it just me?
Here, let me take another look at this. It's, you know what? I don't think it's bad. It's
Oh, yeah, I don't think either. It's just
no.
not. It
It's a
doesn't seem
different
as good.
style. It's a lot different than the other two. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, because I like it, but yeah, it is a different style. Which again, you almost kind of want that. I mean, just because give each book its own little flavor, kind of.
Give it its own identity. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Especially in a crossover like this.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. As Guy, Kilowog, and Aricia fly to Oa to discuss the recent events with the Guardians, they are all struck by the yellow impurity. Guy and Kilowog manage to maintain control of themselves, but Aricia is fully corrupted and meets with a group of corrupted lanterns who fly to Oa. Guy and Kilowog try to stop them, but the corrupted lanterns overwhelm them. Kilowog encases Guy in a bullet construct and throws him to the greenhouse, a planet the Guardians use for emergencies. Guy arrives to the greenhouse where he meets with Hal. However, they are corrupted by the impurity and begin attacking each other. Like they need the impurity. Hal manages to regain control and remove his ring. He then convinces Guy to remove his ring too. Hal and Guy agree not to use their rings, so Krona cannot control them. Yeah, and I don't remember what happens next because I was like, oh, good luck getting off that planet.
Well, I think because Hal has the rings from the other New Guardians.
I was gonna say, I think was it the next cover of next week's Green Lantern Corps. Oh yeah, the four of them are wearing different. All of them were wearing different colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this was 63 and 60. What issues was this
This
of
week,
Green Lantern?
63 and 64. Yep.
So we've only got like 3 issues left of this series, right?
Of the regular Green Lantern. Yep.
Yep. And approximately the same for the rest of them. Then, wow.
Let me see, maybe a little more because, like I said, I think there's another arc for Green Lantern Corps and Emerald Warriors. Cause I think Emerald Warriors might go to 13 or something, but so maybe 5 more. And but it's around 3 to 5 more issues for all of them. Yeah,
and then it's
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
Yep, a new 52. Yep.
Yep. And I've never read those Flashpoint miniseries. I don't think so. I'll
either one? No, not even the Hal Jordan one.
No, I know.
My.
But yeah, I mean,
I guess we could have did both of them in one episode, but yeah, I split them up because I think they're only like 2 issues a piece. I think so, or
2 or 3. I think
2 or 3. Yeah,
3. Yeah. So what did you think about this week? I mean, I think War of the Green Lanterns got off to a pretty fantastic start, right?
Yeah. I don't want to downgrade it by saying, "Oh, it was a lot of setup," but I mean, again,
there's definitely
I think
setup.
the majority of the action is going to be coming here in the next 3 parts. But it was good. Again, even with the, I'm just like, oh, Parallax again. But no, I mean, it makes sense here at least. If Krona
and Krona,
over. Yeah.
because Krona's as I- as much as Krona likes to be a, you know, lone wolf, I think he values, he's kind of nostalgic for, oh yeah, let's lock up we're gonna lock Parallax back up in the battery because that's what I remember. That's the way it should be. So
Yeah, and I think it's the whole chaos factor, and to go along with the fact it's I'm pretty sure Krona, lost his sanity a couple million years ago.
yeah, or 2 or 10, whatever.
Or maybe just whenever he did whatever with his hand or whatever plot and whatever continuity we're talking at the time.
Exactly. Exactly. But I do, and I know this is set up for what comes later, but Ganthet being the one to say, "Whoa, dude, whoa, I'm going to side with the other Guardians here and the
Mhm.
Manhunters against him."
Oh yeah.
That's that's going to get paid off. I'm fairly certain, right?
Uh-huh.
But
But
it's
I do like how we end this week, just basically howling guys standing there. How do we save the core? Oh, is that all?
yeah. And we ended the last issue with John and Kyle alone on Oa,
Mhm.
running around. So, you know, th- this is really setting them up, and getting them in the right place so that all 4 of them can come together and do what they do, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
and
everyone's
kill.
gonna be like, "Oh, hey, who's unaffected? Who can shake off Parallax?" Oh, well.
Okay, yeah, those 4, Kilowog and Ganthet. Pretty much it.
Hmm. Boy, who would have seen that coming? The four Earth people are going to save the core again because they can control emotions instead of denying them.
Maybe we should. I know we should recruit more humans. No, that's stupid.
Oh.
We should deny all emotion some more. Let's deny it harder.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, in case we forget, I wish we had a big damn book we could put these in so we can remember this next time."
Yeah. I'm curious what happens to the Book of the Black after
Yeah, I can't remember.
this.
That's what I said. This is fun for me because I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of. I mean, I've read these, but I don't remember much of them at all.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is good. This is good.
All right. Oh man, and when we get to that first arc of Justice League, oh, that's Jim Lee art. Oh my god, yeah.
Yep, and it's I am still amazed at the fact that New 52, it ran into Batman and Green Lantern and did not bother them at all.
Yeah.
Batman, my favorite character.
We're rebooting continuity. Whatever.
We're not going to put any thought into the history because it's like, yeah, New 52 starts. It's like 5 years into this new universe, but meanwhile, Batman still has had like 4 or 5 Robins. It's like, okay, so you had one a year, okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Uh,
yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing, War of the Green Lanterns again because I mean, it started really well, and I think I do remember something about the ending, and so I think it ends pretty well. Let's see if it's as good as I remember it, and I think it probably will be.
yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think if it ends the way I think, yeah, it kind of leads into what what they could come back to in New 52.
Yep. Yep, absolutely.
I mean, meanwhile, we'd be complaining too, though, if they actually ended it the way they did, and then they completely rebooted for New 52. Be like, they didn't wrap that up. At least, yeah. In the Green Lantern book, they got to actually continue with stuff.
Oh yeah, and there's a couple of issue of Aftermath, right? Like its own a little series called War of the Green Lanterns Aftermath, like numbers
Yes,
1 and 2.
there's 2 issues. Yeah, that'll be in part 4. Yeah, so
Gotcha. Cool. Very cool.
because yes, speaking of yes, oh, I was gonna say, are we good? So I can give the kids their homework.
Yeah, time to give them homework, man.
All right. So yeah, next week, of course, War of the Green Lanterns Part 2 with Green Lantern 65, Green Lantern Corps 59, and Emerald Warriors number 9. And then Part 3 we'll do Green Lantern 66, Green Lantern Corps 60, and Green Lantern Emerald Warriors 10. And then yes, the final Part 4 will be Green Lantern 67 and War of the Green Lanterns Aftermath 1 and 2.
Nice.
Yes. And then yeah, it's Green Lantern. After that, there's Green Lantern Corps. There's a 3-issue arc, 61 through 63. Then there's a 3-issue arc in Emerald Warriors, 11 through 13, and then it's Flashpoint.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hard to believe, man.
So 3 more weeks of War of the Green Lanterns, and then basically 2 weeks to wrap up Green Lantern Corps and Emerald Warriors, and that's it.
Wow. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so we've basically got from 1990 to 2011
Yeah, we're around what, April? Was it April, May 2011? Yep.
in 176
6.
episodes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nice. And now we're about to get 2 additional Green Lantern titles.
Oh yeah.
I'm not complaining
No.
at all.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try to hit most of their appearances in New 52. That's what I said. You go get like a random Blue Beetle or something along the way. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I was just looking through the schedule. It's easy to make the schedules for this show because we're just going in order.
Yeah.
Guess which book Lanterns and of all colors appear in towards the end of New 52? Lobo.
Oh my god. Well, we got to do it, man.
I know, because it's not just like one lantern. I think there might be a few Green Lanterns. I think that was was there Sinestro or someone? Yeah, there's a bunch of Green Lanterns. Oh, I forget, was it Larfleeze? Yeah, there's a bunch of different lanterns of different colors that show up in Lobo, so we got to do it. And meanwhile, before New 52 ends, I think it's towards the end, so there's only like 12 or 13 issues of that whole Lobo series, which I don't think we're not doing all of them. So.
Oh yeah. Well, and plus, we get a Sinestro series and a Larfleeze series toward the end of New 52. There's another one. What is the name of that series? It has a backup story in it, I think. It's like a 6-issue limited. Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
Is it New 52?
I think it's New 52 era. Hang on a second.
Hold on, let me pull up the 2025 schedule. Wrath of the First Lantern. Oh yeah, we're gonna hit some Supergirl New 52 because she had a red.
Oh yeah, because Red Lantern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and of course, yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of Justice League for like once Jessica shows up, everyone.
Yep. I mean, because she shows up as Power Ring first, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, yeah, because she kind of gets the power ring, yes, of the Crime Syndicate. Spoilers, yeah.
Because the way that ring works is it makes the user afraid, and she, suffers from anxiety. So.
Yep. So we'll start New 52 here in a few weeks. We'll pretty much by the end of 2025 have most of New 52 done. I think we'll wrap up New 52 in January 2026.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh wait, here's a complete Green Lantern reading order that let's see. Bronze Age, Copper. I don't know
if that was the one I was looking at.
Tangent.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. We're gonna get the Will's favorite Godhead too. In the Green Lantern books in New 52.
Oh, what is the name of that series? All right, I'm gonna have to. Threshold.
Threshold is on the list, my friend.
All right, cool. Because I knew something happens in there. I don't know what, but
I'm not sure either because I don't know if I've read them. But yeah, they are. Yeah. It's only 8 issues. I think it's only 8 issues because I have them on the list. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's only going to be like 2 episodes, but yeah, Threshold is on the list. Which again, I'm intrigued because I haven't read it. So.
Yep, me neither. So. Well, all right. We are off to a great start with War of the Green Lanterns, and
Yes,
we're gonna ride it out this universe, right?
that's right. Oh man, that's going to be a wild couple weeks there. Yeah, it'll be 2 episodes on Threshold, followed by 2 weeks of the Larfleeze series.
We need that Larfleeze Christmas special. We have that Christmas special.
Oh
coming
yeah.
up, right?
If you kids are selfish this holiday, then we got the show for you.
Yeah, we got. It has a recipe for sugar cookies. I think the Larfleeze sugar cookies in it. I've never made. I may have to make those for that episode.
And that's after episodes 200 and 201, because the Christmas one is 202. Yes, because Will demanded it. Millennium.
Millennium. Well, it's topical now.
I'm gonna try to do a mock-up cover because Will demanded it.
One person demanded it. It was me.
And again, we're just gonna basically hit up the Millennium miniseries, the Green Lantern cores of the time, and the one burned Superman that had Superman and Hal Jordan.
Dude, I think I read Millennium as it was coming out. So I have not read it since, which would be that means 36 years ago was when it came out, right? 37 years ago.
I don't know if I've ever read that whole miniseries. I've hit like, the when it's gone in the books I was reading at the time, like Superman and
Yeah,
Green
because
Lantern.
there were Manhunter agents around,
everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I read most of it. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't know, man. It's funny because it was, and this is my understanding. I could certainly be wrong because it's a day that ends in Y. But the Englehart Staten Green Lantern Corps was a really big seller at the time, right? Which is, I guess, why they got the crossover, would be my guess.
Yeah.
And then there was a new Guardian series that spun out of that, right? Because it had Tom.
Oh yeah.
And the Floronic Man and
bunch of new characters. Oh, Harbinger wasn't she in there?
Yeah. Wow, that's some old DC. That's very, very early post-crisis at that point.
Yeah, that's like late 80s. Yeah. Was that 88? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like 88, 87 or 88.
So that is like what, like 34, 35, or no, 45, or no, 35. Yeah, no.
35, 36.
35.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not old. I'm old, man. I'm old.
Hey, I remember. I remember them.
You're not old.
I mean, again, if it was 1988, I was 10. But yeah, I remember.
I wasn't 10 in 1988.
I know. Grandpa.
Older. Get off my lawn.
And again, I'm not insulting him, kids. He is an actual grandfather. So
I am a grandpa. That's right. Well, cool. So we got lots of stuff coming up that's going to be interesting and fun to read and reread, right?
Yeah, because that's the other thing with New 52. I didn't read some of those. I read them when I got them. That was it. So be nice to rediscover. All right. So yes, kids. So there's your homework. That next 3 weeks that we're going to be doing the War of the Green Lantern. So send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merchandise with all the new logos on it. And again, if you want to be extremely generous, just rain random money on us through our Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Again, treat us like we're dancing on a pole or in chains, again, being dragged into a book. So
she looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
Just the drops. All right. And of course, again, you can always please subscribe to the Patreon. You'll find something different there every month. Lilith and I try to keep it crazy and it's completely uncensored. So subscribe there. It's always bonus content, and you can find everything I just mentioned at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right. Now, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of podcasting, and master of several successful Kickstarter campaigns. Mr. Will Allred, where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred at Gmail. So that's WALLRED at Gmail, or Blue Sky, or Facebook, or Twitter, or I think even Instagram, and maybe like some of the other places too. I've probably forgotten that I set up. But if you'd like to check out the comics that I write, you can do that at crossoveridivision.com. Woo-hoo, thank you, sir.
Sorry, I only showed
no-
issue 4 because I don't have issue 5 yet.
Going to the printer this week is the plan.
Yay!
So you can also check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. Crossover Division number 6 should hopefully be launching within a couple of months. So we'll have that on Kickstarter. And you obviously have great taste because you're here listening to Phil and I talk about Green Lantern, which means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. If you'd like to find out more about Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
5 inches, maybe.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party. Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
They aren't even attempting to enter our offices.
That quote, man.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
All right. All right, kid. Thank you for joining us. Come back next time. The war is just getting revved up. Let's come back. 3 more weeks. We'll see what kind of trouble our boys can get into, or what kind of colors.
Yeah.
And then, well, can we defeat Krona before the next reality altering crisis changes his origin again?
Yes.
Yes. All right, kids, come back next time, and remember, don't be afraid of the emotions. You billion old blues.